Hey there, health explorers. Today we're diving into the world of vitamin B12, a nutrient that's crucial for our bodies to function correctly. Think of it as a vital cog in a complex machine. Without enough B12, our energy levels plummet, our cells struggle to divide, and our nerves misfire. One of the most important roles of B12 is in cell division and growth. Every time a cell replicates, it needs a fresh supply of B12 to create new DNA. Without it, cell division slows down, leading to fatigue and weakness. Another crucial function of B12 is in the nervous system. It helps maintain the myelin sheath, a protective covering around our nerves. Damage to this sheath can disrupt nerve signals, leading to tingling, numbness, and even problems with balance. But B12 does more than just keep our cells happy and our nerves firing. It's also essential for the formation of red blood cells, which carry oxygen throughout our bodies. A deficiency in B12 can lead to a type of anemia, where the red blood cells become large and misshapen, making them less efficient at carrying oxygen. This can cause fatigue, shortness of breath, and pale skin. So, B12 is pretty important, but here's the catch. Our bodies can't produce it on their own. We have to get it from our diet or supplements. And that's where things get interesting, because B12 comes in different forms, and some are better absorbed and utilized by our bodies than others. Let's meet our first contender, methylcobalamin. This tongue twister of a word represents one of the two main forms of B12 that are biologically active in our bodies. That means our cells can directly use it without any complicated conversions. Think of it as B12 in its ready-to-use form. Methylcobalamin is particularly important for a process called methylation. Now, methylation might sound like something you do in a chemistry lab, but it's actually happening in our bodies all the time. It's a fundamental process that involves adding a methyl group, one carbon atom and 3 hydrogen atoms, to a molecule. Don't worry, we won't get bogged down in the chemistry. Just know that methylation is like flipping a switch that turns genes on or off, influencing everything from our mood and energy levels to our risk of chronic diseases. And guess what plays a crucial role in this process? You guessed it, methylcobalamin. Now, let's meet our second contender, cyanocobalamin. This form of B12 might sound a bit intimidating because of the cyano part, which reminds us of cyanide. But don't worry, cyanocobalamin itself is not toxic. It's actually the most common form of B12 found in supplements because it's stable and inexpensive to produce. However, there's a catch. Our bodies can't directly use cyanocobalamin. It has to go through a conversion process in the liver to become methylcobalamin, the active form our cells need. This conversion process requires enzymes and energy, and some people might not convert it as efficiently as others. So while cyanocobalamin can still provide our bodies with B12, it has to jump through a few hoops first. This conversion process is one of the key differences between methylcobalamin and cyanocobalamin. Now that we've met our two contenders, let's talk about where they come from. B12 is not something our bodies can just whip up on their own. Instead, we have to get it from external sources, and nature has provided us with a few reliable options. First on the list, animal products. Meat, poultry, fish, eggs, and dairy products are all excellent sources of B12. That's because the bacteria that produce B12 naturally reside in the guts of animals. But what if you're following a plant-based diet? Don't worry, there are still options for you. Fortified foods like plant-based milk, nutritional yeast, and breakfast cereals can be good sources of B12. Just be sure to check the labels to see how much B12 they contain. Section 5. Synthetic production. How are these forms made? While nature provides us with B12, we've also figured out how to make it synthetically. This is where the difference between methylcobalamin and cyanocobalamin becomes even clearer. Methylcobalamin, the ready-to-use form of B12, is primarily produced through a fermentation process using specific types of bacteria. These bacteria are grown in large vats, and they naturally produce methylcobalamin as part of their metabolic processes. Cyanocobalamin, on the other hand, is synthesized chemically. It's a more complex process that involves using cyanide to convert other forms of B12 into cyanocobalamin. While the cyanide is present in tiny amounts and not considered harmful, it's one of the reasons some people prefer methylcobalamin. Section 6. Absorption and Conversion. a key difference. Now, let's talk about how our bodies absorb and utilize these different forms of B12. This is where the key difference between methylcobalamin and cyanocobalamin comes into play. Remember how we said that methylcobalamin is the active, ready-to-use form of B12? Well, that means our bodies can absorb and utilize it directly. It's like receiving a package that's already been opened and ready to enjoy. Cyanocobalamin, however, needs to go through that extra step of conversion in the liver. It's like receiving a package that needs to be unwrapped and assembled before you can use it. While this conversion process is usually not a problem for most people, some individuals might have genetic variations or health conditions that make it less efficient. Section 7. Methylcobalamin, Benefits and Potential Concerns. Let's take a closer look at methylcobalamin and its potential benefits. Because it's the active form of B12, some studies suggest that it might be more effective in certain situations. For example, research suggests that methylcobalamin might be better at improving symptoms of B12 deficiency, especially in people with neurological symptoms like tingling and numbness. Methylcobalamin has also been studied for its potential benefits in conditions like diabetic neuropathy, a type of nerve damage that can occur in people with diabetes. Some studies suggest that methylcobalamin might help reduce nerve pain and improve nerve function in people with this condition. As for potential concerns, methylcobalamin is generally considered safe and well tolerated. However, as with any supplement, it's essential to talk to your doctor before taking it, especially if you have any underlying health conditions or are taking other medications. Section 8. Cyanocobalamin, Benefits and Potential Concerns. Now let's turn our attention to cyanocobalamin. While it might require that extra conversion step, it's still an effective way to boost your B12 levels. In fact, it's the most common form of B12 used in supplements and is generally very affordable. Cyanocobalamin, like methylcobalamin, is essential for a wide range of bodily functions, including cell growth and division, red blood cell formation, and nervous system function. It can help prevent and treat B12 deficiency, which can cause fatigue, weakness, and neurological problems. As for potential concerns, cyanocobalamin is also generally considered safe and well tolerated. The amount of cyanide present in cyanocobalamin supplements is extremely small and not considered harmful. However, some individuals might be concerned about the cyanide content and prefer methylcobalamin. Section 9. Choosing the right B12. Factors to consider. So, we've explored the world of methylcobalamin and cyanocobalamin, and now it's time to answer the big question: which one is right for you? Well, like many things in health and nutrition, the answer isn't always simple. It depends on your individual needs and preferences. If you're looking for a form of B12 that your body can use directly, and you're concerned about potential issues with the conversion process, methylcobalamin might be a good option. On the other hand, if you're looking for a more affordable option and don't have any concerns about the conversion process, cyanocobalamin can be a suitable choice. It's widely available and effective in addressing B12 deficiency. Section 10. Consulting your doctor. The importance of personalized advice. Before you make any decisions about which type of B12 supplement to take, it's crucial to talk to your doctor. They can help assess your B12 levels, identify any potential deficiencies, and recommend the best course of action for your specific needs. Your doctor can also help you determine the appropriate dosage of B12, as it can vary depending on factors like your age, health status, and the reason for supplementation. They can also advise you on potential interactions with any medications you might be taking. Remember, personalized advice from a healthcare professional is always the best way to make informed decisions about your health. Section 11. Conclusion. Making informed choices for your health. As we conclude our exploration of methylcobalamin and cyanocobalamin, remember that both forms of B12 play essential roles in maintaining our health. Whether you choose methylcobalamin, the active form, or cyanocobalamin, the more affordable option, the key is to ensure you're getting enough of this vital nutrient. Listen to your body, talk to your doctor, and make informed choices that support your overall well-being. And remember, staying curious about your health is always a good thing.